What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. 僕の未来は誰にもわからない。皆は僕をダメなやつと思う。鏡を見つめる僕を見下げているけど中には大きなYou think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Simple, dear, I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn, your pawn, your pawn. My love was in ever again. I lay with complicate. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. Feeling I have nothing left to hide. Hard to say, but you know it when it's right. Keep it simple now, living it before I die. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. My love was in ever again. I lay with cards out on the table. There's nothing to get away. But I can promise that you'll never be the same.
Alright, everybody, welcome to the NORA 2021 Kansas round 11. Guys are grading up right now at the moment. We'll quickly run through the grid here as we get started.
Something's wrong, I feel it circling like vultures around my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in.
Matthew George will be starting on the pole again for the second week in a row. We have Joshua Susi to his outside. Our next row will be Sam, you're going to have to help me pronounce your name one day, buddy. And our League El Presidente, Josh Conover, on row number 2. Row 3 will be Dalton Tucker, our defending champion, if I remember correctly. Then we got Joseph McKinney on the outside of row 3. Row 4 is Corey Wharton and Tony McKinney. Row 5 is Ernie Ludwig and Brian Jones. Seth Reed and Ray Hollig will do row 6. Row 7 is Brian Powell, one of our championship leaders, and Jason Brewer. Row 8 is Nick Galis and Timothy Harper. Row 9 is Mark McFadden, Vincent Arthur. Row 10, Todd Slauson, Chris Noble, Joshua Sexton, Cody Smith on row 11. Row 12 is Christian Pittman and Blade Timmons, Tyler Johnson, Scott Stevens on row 13, and running out our top 28 is Tanner Marr on row 14. You're ready to go here and start and wait for the green flag to come out. We are green at Kansas. Back to you here. Apologize for the brief moment. So new leader 93 of Dalton Tucker takes the lead with Joshua Susi falling to second. Matthew George falling to second. I don't know why I keep trying to call him Corey for some reason. I guess I associate the 28 with another one of my leagues that I run. I believe we also have a booth with us tonight. Christian Snyder. Christian, welcome.
Thank you for having me again.
Let's start Dalton Tucker started on the outside. I think he started on row 3. He's already jumped up to the lead quick, which we kind of expected that. I mean, he's usually really, really fast anywhere he goes, so this is not unlike him to jump up to the lead quick. Susie, though, is closing in on him here early in the lead. See, I wonder if Susie's trying to save a little bit of tire here to see if he can maybe give Dalton a run for his money as we pull up our race analysis here. Our length is 160 laps here. We'll have 2 stages, actually 3 stages. Stage 1 is 40, stage 2 will be lap 80. The final lap will be a full 80 lap run. Pit road speed will be 45 miles an hour with a fuel window being between 29 and 35 laps. 29 is going to be if you want a short pit. 35 is if you think you can stretch it all the way. Which is going to be a hard thing to do.
Yeah, stretching it to 35 is going to be hard, and with the stage being 40 laps, you're going to have to pit either way. So the only thing that's going to save you is a caution.
Yep. Completely agree. I apologize, our overlay is kind of acting a little funky here at the moment, so we'll just go back to the lap counter. I said first stage is coming up here in lap 40, so going to have to pit. Like I said, they're going to have to pit at least one time. So the question is, when do they hit pit road? Do they hit pit road early, middle of a run, or do they run it out hoping for a caution, hoping everybody will hit pit road all at the same time? Bring out a lucky caution, and you can then catch a couple of people out down.
Well, for me, walking around pit road earlier in the race, quote unquote, walking around pit road, talking to the drivers, it's about a second fall off after about 10 laps. So if you want to pit early, you're going to gain about a second on those tires. So if you gain that second after you pit, if you stay out, you're losing that second. So it's kind of a toss-up if you want to stay out and hope for that caution, or if you want to pit with everyone and be on the same strategy.
Pit with me, I wouldn't want to be hitting pit road. I'd probably want to split the stage in half, more than likely. That were probably something I would want to do. Let's see if we can get our information, get our overlay working back like it's supposed to. Being a little bit of a finicky creature right now. I'm not sure if the most recent update has absolutely killed it or what. Okay, there we go. Now we can get back to it. We'll get back to our stages here. We're on lap 411 of 40 on the first stage. There we go. Now it's back up and running. I think this most current update for either iRacing or my computer is kind of throwing us for a little bit of a loop. I randomly lose you guys. I apologize. My computer did a random restart earlier. Turned the updates on and whatnot, but I don't know if it's going to do it again or if it's going to actually stay smooth. And I have a feeling it has to do with ATVO. I think that's being my biggest issue. Once I have it pulled up, it's wanting to kind of slow down and kind of chop up. I may have to switch over to something else. Going to get SDK involved. Anyways, back at it. About 13 of 40. This is our biggest battle right now on the moment. This is between the 93 and the 42. The 42 got a little bit loose right there. Almost put the rear end into the wall. Take a look around the track, see if we can find some more action going on. Here's the 00 and the 8 going at each other. They are fighting for 21st position at the moment.
You mind sharing your screen on Discord? Alright. Little technical difficulties over here. Just a few more.
Trying to get everything sorted out.
There we go.
Alright, so the 8 looks underneath this 00. That high lane's probably going to be the fastest way around the track here. It's definitely the preferred lane. Actually, in my opinion, it's a preferred to use the bottom all the way to the top. Use that whole track to your advantage, so if somebody's up there on the outside, it's going to make it really hard to complete that pass as the 8 coming out on the 00 looks like 78 and the 16, no, 78 and 37. I think 37 hit pit road just a minute ago. He's actually 5 laps down. I think we've got a pretty good battle brewing here for third position between the 28 and the 7. These two have been swapping positions back and forth for a few laps. Like I said, that 7's in the preferred high lane. 28 is working the bottom.
Now you see the 7 drop down and kind of take the lane away from the 28 as he was using the inside. Kind of take the air off the 28.
That clean air is key. As you can see with the 93 and the 42, looks like that 93 is pulling out a little bit of a distance on that 42. We'll get a good look at it here.
Yeah, he's opened it up to now a second, and that makes you wonder, did Susie maybe tag the wall a little bit, get a little bit of right side damage? Because he was kind of flirting with it there on the exit of 2 a couple of times.
Yeah, you can see the 42 start to enter the blimp screen right there. That is the distance of 1.25 seconds. Another battle brewing. I think the 7 and the 28 are still going at each other. This is happening 3 seconds behind the leader. And the 28 dives down low. The 7 got a little bit loose right there. Almost snapped the rear end around. Step up underneath him, but that's going to give enough momentum for the 28 to get around the 7. Take that third position. That's another battle here that the guys are going at each other. But the 18 and the 81 are battling right now. Close in on halfway of stage 1. You guys are going to start hitting green flag pit stops coming up here soon.
Looks like a few already have. There's a few 1 lap down.
Oh, yeah, good point. I see that there. Looks like the 25, Corey Wharton, looks like he pitted 9 laps ago. So, looks like he almost went that 10 lap run and decided, well, and actually he was only on pit road for roughly about 5 seconds. So it looks like he just went down and took a splash and went a lap down. That's how quickly you can go a lap down here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Kansas Speedway. Kansas Speedway. 17, 00, the 8, 33 are all battling, are all having a tight battle for position right here. Who can keep the car underneath them? Oh, looks like the 5 got a little bit loose.
That was close.
Nick, you're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce your last name again. Guylis, there you go. Oh, and he gets turned. By the 0.
What a save!
What a save!
No.
He ends up back up in the wall. Let us back that up and take another look at it here.
I thought he had it saved there.
I thought he did too. Let's see what happened. Let's go back and look at the far chase. There's no caution at the moment. We'll do, where's the far chase? And we'll slow it down and take a real quick look at it and see what happened.
Yeah, 00 definitely comes up and just hooks him.
Yep. barely just
Oh, net code.
little bit of net code there, but that right there, I mean, if you go back and
Either way, yeah.
take another look at it here and kind of watch it, I mean, he was going to
Either
come
way,
up
he was
into
hitting
him.
them.
Yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
come up into him anyway. So
Thought he had it saved, but then it just hooked right there, and he was along for the ride.
We weren't able to actually show that to everybody. I had it. There we go. Now everybody can see it. Right about here. And that's all it took to spin around. So we do have our first caution of the race. Trying to see who this will be on.
And this caution is not going to benefit Corey Wharton and Timmy Harper, who were one lap down and used that early pit strategy.
No, it is not. It is not going to benefit those guys at all.
I'm seeing the 16 as far back. I don't know who else.
If it were me, I'm hitting pit road. I don't know if I'm getting tires because we only have, I think, what, 6 sets of tires overall. I'm not getting tires, so I'm just getting gas only at the moment because I want to try to save that extra set to the end.
You see the 37, the 24, and the 9 stay out, and I believe all of those have already pit.
Go here to the pace car. We can see we know the 37 is going to stay out, so he's going to get the wave round. We know the 25 is actually going to be the lucky dog, so he's going to get the lucky dog here. The 9
should get the wave around as well.
Should get the wave around because he's also up there, but he'll have to stay out the whole time. So he's going to be aggressively saving if he's thinking he's going to try to extend this. Which at the moment, he's not doing that.
He must have got enough fuel whenever he pit.
Yep. So yeah, he was on pit road for 5.5 seconds. So he's definitely probably going to have enough to make it to the end. Of the stage. So, but our leader still remains, and he looks like he come off pit road first. It'll be the 93 of Dalton Tucker, followed by the 42 of, no wait, no, Susie is actually not in fact. It looks like he was on pit road for 9.4 seconds. Wonder why makes you wonder what happened there. Maybe he got caught up on pit road. A little bit of an accident because he dropped way back there to the 15th. What happened? Because he hit pit road perfectly, right in behind the 93. He's in his box, getting service. So the 28 is going to take tires. 42 maybe have taken 2. Oh no, 42 took 4 tires. That is why he is stuck back further. It looks like he went ahead and took tires. Then he set on pit road for him. Makes me wonder if he was getting some damage fixed there. Christian, I'm thinking he got a little bit of damage fixed.
Yeah, whenever he was dropping back from Dalton there, I mentioned maybe he tagged the wall a little bit, and it seems like that may have been the case, and he was getting a little bit of damage fixed.
That's what it seems like to me too. We start to double him up here. Now, I will say the choose cone is in effect. We're using the choose cone tonight, and the choose cone It's something that's been put into NASCAR. We're going to have roughly about 11 laps to go when we get back to green here. But as we come around here, you'll see this cone right there. That cone, we'll back it up for just a second so you guys could. Cone that you see right there, that is what we call a choose cone. You either go outside of it or you come inside of it, and that is where your lane choice preference is going to be. Guys, back up again to get it back up here to the lead, but so we're using the choose cone, and that's how we're putting it into place, and it seems to be working. We used it on Monday night, and it worked out just fine. Didn't have any crazy iRacing issues, so looks like the 94 is going to start on the inside of the 93. 93 choosing the outside here. As we come back to green, the 93 is back on the loud pedal. The 94 will tuck in right in behind them. These guys are going to go pretty hard here to the end. 28 with a
no need to
run.
save anymore.
28 with a big run on the 94, but couldn't pull up right to him. Diving in here, probably going to try the slide job that's been done here in Kansas, and he almost gets to the 93. Looks like that 28 wants stage points. 10 to go in the stage. 9:28 pushes his way to the lead with a 14 in tow.
That bottom lane for the first few laps is a lot better than the outside. I'm not sure why Dalton Tucker and Brian Powell were not on the bottom for the first few laps here.
I'm thinking their tires are old and they're trying to save them for the end. They're probably thinking long term here. Oh, is the 94 Brian Powell.
We're going to mow some grass here. Oh boy.
Mowing some grass, but he luckily keeps it down out of the racing groove and lets everybody get around. He jumps from third or fourth back to, he's going to cycle out here. Way
18th.
back here. 18th, yeah, way back here. Ouch. There's our leader as we come to 8 to go of the stage. Team's driving it hard, trying to get to that 28. Looks like both of these guys took tires. Trying to get stage points.
Yeah, and another one of those guys on new tires, Josh Susie, already up to 5th. Noted that he restarted 15th. He's already up to the top 5.
He is coming quick. He might have time to actually get up there and battle. Boy, as his 42 comes under to the 93. Oh, 42 got a little loose right there. Going to try the slide job on the 93 and completes it. Let's go back here and look at the 78 and the 7. Those two are battling really hard. We're going to have a 7 slides up in front of the, takes the air off the front of that 78's nose. Back up there to the leader, 28. 14 is coming. He is closing ground slowly, but he is getting there. Get a better, oh, there we go. 28 and 14. And back and look at the 42. 42 coming up underneath the 90. Well, one of Todd Slauson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the 91 is usually piloted by none other than our good friend, Mr. Chad Engel. Chad is a little bit under the weather tonight, so he is having Todd fill in for his ride to keep his championship hopes alive. 42 is 3 seconds to the leader. Leader is passing the start finish here. 42's there. The leader is just at the end of the second throttle there. We'll see if he can close that gap.
Kenny closes in a little bit here.
Kenny is actually charging really hard, looking for 10 stage points. trying to pull. Oh, wait a minute. We're under caution.
Well, that'll be the stage then, and Matthew George will be the stage winner.
It looks like it was involved in that 9 card. Let's take a look and see what happens. Okay, let's get him in the rear.
This man can never catch a break.
No, he's having some serious struggles right now. We'll get back here to it. Pull it down here just a minute. Looks like the 94 got a little loose. The 01 got loose with him. 01 got really loose. 9's going to try to drive it outside of him. 01 overcorrects. Oh, that is some huge net code right there. We have some aerobatics for you as we prepare for the 2020-2021 Olympics. The 9, I may have give him a 6.5. Now at 17, that's going to be interesting. I give him a little bit better. Wow, watch this 17. Gets lifted by the 25, around he goes, up and over, around and around.
As an owner, this wreck absolutely crushes me.
Yes,
Two of my cars get collected in it.
And then at 17, ride it back to the tires as he pirouettes down the backstretch. Is it going to flip over for him? Oh, no. Man.
He's trying to get it flipped over.
He's trying. I want you guys to take a look at the cockpit here of what he experienced in that.
This is never fun.
No, it's not.
During my Goodyear tire test this week, trying to get my ankle ready, I experienced this myself.
Around and around and around, where you apologize if this makes you sick. It's making me sick just watching it again. Get us back up to speed here. Focus back up here on the leader. As you can see, the 28 and the 78 did not pit. Apologize if you guys missed pit sequence there. 28, 78 did not pit. 14 pitted. Looks like he only took fuel. 91 pitted, only took fuel. 81, 42, 16 all pitted, only took fuel. Looks like the 18, the 24, 7, 93, 4, 04, 8, 48, 03 all took tires and fuel.
Now, when we saw the 28 driving by everyone on that last restart, we're going to see the opposite on this restart. We're going to see him be the one falling like a rock and everyone driving by him.
Because he's got 14 laps on his tires here. I believe they're getting ready to double it up here. I think they're getting ready to go green. Well, nope, one more lap. They've chosen the lane they want to be in. So now we'll get a little bit better look at the stage coming here in a minute. Next on the next go around. That's the end of stage 1. I do not know our stage results. I don't know when they decided to call it. There it is, stage 2. So I'm not sure if they decide if we I have to re-look at the rules here. I'm not sure if we call the stage at the caution and that's when we scored, or if we scored on lap 40.
Moment of caution.
Moment of caution. There you go. I'm still learning some of this. I'm not a big stage guy myself, so I'm still learning all these stage rules and such. So I think these guys should just line it up and run it, but we follow the real life NASCAR type of schedule. So, alright, so back here and go back green here. There's a 28 chose the outside, 78 to his inside. 28 can choose when to go. 78 is going to pull up real close to him and lag it back as a 28 takes off. It's a pretty decent restart here.
Todd Slauson did not get a good restart. Cody McKinney did, but he is now going to get passed on the inside by both Reed and Susie there. I believe they both have new tires.
Well, no, Susie does not have new tires. Susie took tires that last, not this caution, but the previous caution. So he's wanting to get up front quickly because he knows clean air is key on old tires. First one, 2K tire. Looks like it's a 78. It kind of reminds me of myself struggling on new tires, but as they wear, he gets faster. I have a new leader at 81.
Oh no!
And
Trouble.
Here we go, 24.
I saw that one coming, and there went my third car. And he gets hit again.
Let's get this pulled up here. Take a look. Got some of these guys kind of checking out on us here. At that 24 and back it up here. I'll watch what happened from our blimp view.
He made an aggressive move. This started more or less into the entrance of turn 3 and ended the whole way at the exit of 4. You can see he's struggling the whole way through the corner. He hits the apron at the entrance of 3 here.
Yep, you can see we're here. 24 gets there and almost.
Just gets a little bit too low right there. Gets a little loose. And then the whole corner, he's chasing that car.
Yep, he's chasing the car the entire time, and as he tries to overcorrect it, slides up, corrects it again, gets into the 28, shoves him into the wall. Which the 78 comes to the outside. 24 is trying to save it, giving it all the will he possibly can. 78's on a prayer saying, please don't hit me. 24 spins around, see if anybody else gets collected. Oh, looks like the 16. Who that is? Yep, 16's collected. 7 tries to avoid it. All these guys behind him are on the binder, slowing it down. Looks like it's going to be just those two. Oh, we got a couple. We got one more coming outside. Probably the wrong
Yeah,
one.
watch this hit. Watch this hit.
0-2 into the 16 cleans him out. And that's going to be 3 cars in the caution.
Yeah, and that 16, that's Chris Noblet making his debut in the Cup Series, filling in for my car that I would be driving. But of course, I'm out with a fractured ankle, so. But he was making his debut tonight. That's on an unfortunate end for his debut.
All right, so here comes the choose cone. Here is where it plays into effect. Don't really have a good camera angle for the choose cone, but we'll just watch it from the blimp view. As we come around, these guys will pull down to the inside apron. They will come around, and as they come around, they will have the cone that will pop up here in a minute. It may be hard to see. This angle, you can kind of see it there. They'll pick inside, outside. As you can see, they'll spread out now. They'll double file it back up on a single double file 2x2 in their preferred chosen lane that they chose, and we'll get back going green. Next week, I'll make sure I get a good choose cone camera angle for you guys. That way it's a little bit easier to kind of watch that and see how that plays out. Looks like the 81, 42, 14 91 all come down to gas only. Yeah, Ray, we see you there. Yeah, you got just in the middle of nothing and got caught up into it. That hurts, man. Been there, done that one too many times. You'll have to tell me when you swing by McDonald's if they still have the spicy chicken nuggets on the menu as you get your dinner on the way, as you load up to the hauler and take off to the house.
Right now, the cringe level is pretty high. For those of you that don't know, the next gen cars are live on iRacing right now.
For download? Or
Available now.
no way. For download?
For download. Available
No
now.
way. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to go find that out.
Sources are telling me that they're available now. I just, yeah.
If that's the case, go download them. Go download them quickly.
I'm face palming so hard right now.
Yeah, maybe they won't take them away from us. As we get back green, 81 jumps out to a big lead. That's a big deal for us NASCAR guys having those new gen cars. Because, to be honest with you, these cars right now that you see, these drive like dump trucks.
Yeah.
You see this giant fin on the back, looks like a whale's tail hanging out, which I've never been a fan of. That giant ugly splitter on the front. I could go on and on and on.
Oh, yeah.
42 is looking for that lead.
Oh!
81 Doolittle is blocking. 81 looks like he shoved him into the corner because the 42 knows if he doesn't get out in front of the 81 now, that 94 or 93 is going to take the lead and run away with it.
93 shoving the 42 now.
Yeah, going to give it. Oh, and he got a little loose.
He got loose from it.
Clear the way
Now the
for that
7 with the 81 now.
Yeah, going to clear the way for the 7 as the 42 tries to block it, running the 93.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of payback saying, hey, don't Kyle Larson me into the corner next time.
Don't Kyle Larson into the corner. As we know, that 94 is looking for the lead, and he's looking for it now because Devin's going to dive
chopped him.
81. Dude, I don't care who's behind me. I don't need no stinking mirror. I'm going where I want to, as the 7's going to lead this lap. That's Reed out front, but I don't think he's going to hang on to it long. He dives up underneath him. Want to pull the slide job a little bit. 93 is away. Let's see who can run him down.
You think someone can run him down? I don't think someone can.
That's going to be a hard push, but hey, I've seen worse. I will say the 93 joined the truck race on Monday, wrecked out lap 4. So I will say anything can happen.
Once he's out front, though,
Yeah, no, that clean
gone.
clean air is king. As we know, you've seen Kyle Busch with 20 to go, absolutely just walk the field even on old tires. So
yeah,
clean air is king. 42 is working that outside already. Chatting with the 42 today, he absolutely loves this track. Thinks it's one of the better tracks on the circuit. I wholeheartedly disagree with him, but that's part of having having spiteful. I mean, not spiteful, but what's the word I'm looking for? Lively, bright conversations.
yeah. I mean, me personally, I love this track too. I'm in agreement with Susie there on that one. This track, I absolutely love it. Kind of has that Chicagoland feel. I'm kind of disappointed they got rid of Chicagoland from the schedule.
I think Chicagoland is coming down all together. They are taking the seats down as of today. Seats are coming
really?
off Chicagoland.
Oh man,
But
I love that track.
I like the tracks up north because especially those type tracks with the surface that they use, the winners kind of wear down the surface a little bit each season, makes them a little bit better. Those harsh winters, harsh, really cold winters, warm summers kind of help that track wear a lot quicker than normal. Kind of like Atlanta. Atlanta goes through a lot of heat swings. Why it's such a good racetrack to actually go through 42 into the wall a little bit.
That's not going to help him at all.
That 7 is actually not really that much ground to the 93, but I will say this, the 93 is known to be consistent. That is what wins him races. He seems to get out to the front, maintains a good fast-paced speed, and makes rarely any mistakes. So that is why he wins most of the races that he wins. He's flirting on that little edge limit of a 5,000 rated I rating is at 4,992. 8 points away from 5,000. So.
And he's the winningest driver in NORA to date.
Yes. The next, the highest rated I rated driver we have here on the league is Vincent Arthur. He is a 5,300. When the 93 and the 24 go after it, that's fun to watch because those two will battle each other hard. Of course, I'm not saying that the 42 is not going to be counted out.
Battle between the 42 and 7 might lead to a wreck there. Oh. I almost want to have you rewind that because they were almost both in the wall.
Yeah, definitely do that. What is the privilege of having TV?
A little bit more. Yeah, right here. The 7 goes high and the 42 goes up to block.
Back it up a little bit. Pause it. Let our viewers take a look at it here. Watch it from the blimp. Give us a better indication as we slow it down a little bit. Looks like the 42 pulled a slide job. 7 got a good run. 42 kept pulling down. 7 went high. Was thinking the 42 was going to hit the apron, and that didn't happen. I don't see where they almost had contact. Where am I? Here? Went off 2. There. Well, that's pretty close. These two are battling hard, in other words.
Yeah. Susie is going to eventually clear him, but initially when they came off the corner, that 7 made an abrupt move to the outside, and it looked like the 42 was going to make an abrupt move too to make it a block there. Just based off of the camera angle that we had. But man, those two are racing like it's the last lap.
Well, they're closing down the stage. There's 20 to go in the stage. They will have to pit here soon, as we said earlier.
We're going to start seeing drivers split the stage in half here. Possibly.
I think NORA stage 1, stage 2, but final stage will be 80 laps. Pit road speed's 45. Fuel would be 25 and 35 laps. Some decent battles going on here in 14. It looks like the 14 and the 03 were battling there a little bit. On the 78 here, it looks like the 78 and 30. 91 and the 94. I'm going to give him the broadcast to say this. He got a little bit of trouble early, but made a pretty good recovery, running out right outside the top 10. Actually, no, he's battling for the top 10 position right now between the 91 and the 94. 33 was into the wall right there with the 78 as well, so I mean, he's still scraping the wall.
That's going to let this entire pack catch up to that 78 car. Now let's see what they do.
This is a hornet's nest right here.
Here comes Blade Timmons in the 4. Underneath Brian Powell. As they come up on the 78. 78 climbing the track.
I gotta remember, that 78, I'm showing he's been out 39 laps on he is going to start falling off quickly. 94 is going to have to figure out something to get around the 78 because he's already lost 4 positions. Well, 3 positions. Trying to work around the 78. Looks like the 78 is going to drop low. Let the 94 go. It looks like that 70 is actually coming into pit road right now. Pit road got to get it down to 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, and that is a drastic change and a very tough pit road to get on here at Kansas.
Very tough pit road. I will agree.
One of the
that.
underrated pit roads.
Yeah, because you come around the corner, you get on the binders, and as you get on the binders, you get down on that flat part of that track. It just wants to snap the rear end of that car around.
Yeah, when you say, you know, tough pit roads, the first things you think of are like Darlington, Dover, Bristol.
Yep.
But, you know, no one ever says Kansas, but it is. It's very tough here at Kansas.
One of the toughest, I will agree. Kind of like Chicagoland. Chicagoland is the same way, getting down off the track, get on that flat surface, because there is hardly any banking down there on that apron at all.
Yeah, and especially here at Kansas, whenever you're almost wide open through this corner, or maybe not wide open, but half throttle, and you're going probably, I'd say, close to about what 180.
Yep, 180, 185. I'm thinking.
Yeah, and you got to whoa it up to 45. It's very tough.
Too much rear brake, snapping around. Too much front brake, snapping around in the same direction. So you got to kind of find that happy medium. We're looking at another battle. 14 and 03. These two guys have been slugging it out the last couple of laps. One catches, you know, the 03 will catch the 14. There we go. The 03 will catch the 14, not be able to get around him on the high side, kind of like what he did right there. He got a good run off into 4, or 3 and 4. Gets a good run off the corner, but just stalls out with that air. That air, that 14 pulls up and dirties the air in front of the 03 and just stalls it out. Stalls out any run that he had. Jump back here between the 02, who is a lap down, I think multiple laps down.
Yeah, he was involved in that last caution.
Yeah, looks like the 18 and the 81 are back here. It looks like they have 4, 81, 33. These guys are battling it out. Four's coming to the front. As we had a couple of takers on the pit road. Looks like it was the 7, 42. These guys on pit road. Come down to the final 10 of this stage. Let's see if they choose to take tires. Did the 7 miss his pit box?
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah, it looks like the 42 is going to take just a splash of gas, try to get back out. 93 is coming out as well. As the 14 takes over the lead over the 03. Looks like he's going to put that 93 one lap down, barely one lap down. Now the 93 is going to have to work his way back around these guys and try to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Or wait for the rest of these guys to pit. Looks like the 7 is on pit road, locking up the tires. See if he gets a penalty for speeding on pit road. That's going to kill any stage points he had a chance of getting by missing his pit stall altogether.
Yeah, and if he sped, that's going to be even worse.
It's going to be even worse. It's going to be a pass-through. In this league, I know sometimes we will get it's actually a 40-second hold or a 25-second hold, but you just got to ask the admins to when you hit pit road to clear your black flag for speeding, and they'll just let you pass through. Check on chat here. It looks like the 9 is extremely upset. Timothy Harper, he is not very pleased. I do not know what he's pleased about. I know he was in that wreck earlier. Took out a few drivers with him. Not saying it was his fault, but there was a net code involved.
Yeah, there was definitely net code, and yeah, it's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. 14's now coming down pit road. That's going to put race in the control hands of the 03. Sorry, 03. As Dalton Tucker, the 93, closes in to get his lap back. Looks like the 03 is calling out pit road this time. I'm pitting this time. First, blow it up. Is he going to get down? Oh no, he's not going down pit road. I thought that was him. That was actually somebody else calling it out. My apologies. Dalton Tucker's going to get his lap back. He'll be back on the lead lap. I'm wondering if these guys are thinking they can stretch it, or if they're just hoping for a caution.
I don't know. Like I said, I was chatting with my team while they were practicing, and the longest they could run was 33 laps when they were going flat out. If you can stretch it to 40, I mean, that's incredible, but I think this is as long as you can stretch it right here. I think they have to pit this lap.
I don't know, I was thinking 35 laps, they could push it. And that's, of course, I will say they have fallen way off the pace here. They're down almost a second and a half. 94 is not pitted either. That's a long way to push it. It'll be interesting to see if they can make it. And they have got to be saving up big time right now.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if maybe they're shutting the engines off in the corners, like what they're doing.
Well, pits are closed. If you hit pit road, it is a black flag pass through before we go back. So pits are closed. You better have enough fuel. The 03 and the 4 battling it out. These guys are owners, and these guys are battling it out for this stage win as we come one to go to the final stage lap. 04 gets around the 03. 03, it must be saving really hard right now. Look at this cockpit here. Oh yeah, he's saving hard. Yeah, he should be higher RPM already. He is saving big time. Looks like the 4 is going to win the stage. There's your stage winner, the 4, from Blade Timmons. One more round. Did they go to 80 to 81?
They have to wait for all 10 cars to cross the line in technical terms.
Here we go. There it is.
Yeah, caution's now going to come out. Which that's not going to help the guys that were saving fuel at all, because they had to wait for those yeah, they had to wait for all 10 cars to cross the line.
Here's your stage results. Blade Timmons, the 4, is your stage winner. The 03 of Joshua Sexton, second. Jason Brewer, third. The 36 and third. 04 Tanner Marr. The 94 of Brian Powell, fifth. Looks like that will be your top 5 stage winners. I don't know sixth on. There was a couple of guys who had to pit right there because it looks like they were out of fuel and looks like they had no choice. So those guys are getting ready to go a lap down right now anyway. That was a long run on pit. That's 38 total laps, including caution laps, pit. So he has the 03. He is out. And we do not allow pushing, so he has to either get back on his own. Change that screen. I don't like to title on people unless it's needed. I'll let them figure it out. Yeah, sorry. 36, if you want to cycle through, nope. Trying to get my racing apps to kind of hitch up here and cycle everything through to the leader. We know the 02 is a lap down. We know the 01 is a lap down. The 14 is a lap down. Looks like he's going to take the wave around with him. The 81's in the same path. The 01's in the same boat.
Looks like it's going to be the 4 and then the 42, potentially?
Some of these guys are going to take the wave
Oh
around.
no, the 42 is Lucky Dog, I believe.
He's very fortunate right there with the Lucky Dog. Some of these guys are going to have to cycle through here on this.
So it looks like it's going to be Timmons, Brewer, Marr, and then Powell, Tucker, Pittman, Johnson, and Slauson.
Yep. So the 4, your leader looks like the 36, 04, 94, 93, 33, 01. Gotta start to cycle it through. I would normally pull up our stage winners, but with this choose cone coming into effect, until we get the timing a little bit better, we'll kind of let these guys kind of focus in on the race and choose where they want to go.
Yeah.
Trust me, when we raced on Monday, it was an absolute mind boggle trying to choose your lane, do this, do that. We'll let these guys kind of sort it out a little bit. Yeah, we're 1 to green right now, so give all these guys right here have to hustle to get back around, because that's going to put the 04, the 4, into the race lead. 36. There we go. Now looks like we're only going to have 10 guys on the lead lap. 10. So those guys staying out trapped a lot of these guys a lap down, which is kind of going to benefit some of these guys.
And oh no, he's on the lead lap. Okay. I was gonna say I thought Dalton Tucker might have been one of those cars on the lap downside, but he is. Yeah, he's on P5. Yeah.
Pace truck pulls off the racing surface. And the 4 is back on the loud pedal, quickly trying to get a quick jump. Knows those guys, some of those guys back there have the speed. He doesn't want to play around with it. He wants to get out front, get that thing there, and get back out.
There goes the 93 underneath the, I believe that's the 04. Here he comes underneath Brian Powell. Next corner, he'll try to get underneath the 36, and he'll already be up to second in 1 lap.
1 lap, 3 positions. That is how good he checkered flag. Can't seem to once again.
Now he's going to try on the outside of the 4 here.
So that's probably a smart move. He's going to save his tires and easily take the lead away from the 4 here. We know he has the speed. Ford's a little smart play at tucking down behind and pull the draft. Since we have a few moments, I'd like to do a segment, one of my favorite segments. Let's turn it up.
All right. Well, it looks like we're under caution after the what do you call it? The crank it up, whatever. I don't want Fox to sue us. The turn it up. Let's call it the turn it up. But not sure what the caution came out for, but Dalton Tucker gonna take 4 tires there, and still gonna be your leader. I think Brian Powell was involved in that caution. It looked like, based on the paint scheme. I'm kind of familiar with the paint schemes on it. Not exactly sure who we were riding with when the caution came out, but whoever we were riding with did get into the wall. Which, broadcaster's curse. Justin did say something about Brian Powell and how he was recovering from that spin into the infield, and it looked like he was involved in another caution. So it looks like we're going to be coming up on the choose cone here. Maybe not this lap. Should be this lap. Not this lap. We'll go one more time around. Oh, it is this lap. Okay, it is this lap. Here they go. Choose lane. Dalton and Blade both taking the inside. Susie, the next person to take the inside. I really like this installment of the choose cone. I've been one of the ones that have been begging for it to come to NORA, and finally it's here. And unfortunately, I'm not one of the ones that gets to use it. But I'm glad to see it being installed and being utilized as we get ready for the restart here. Next lap by as they get to 1 to green. You'll see a lot of cars taking the wave around again. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. That's half the field here taking the wave around. Because if you only hear me talking, Justin is dealing with some technical difficulties for a few seconds.
Okay, I apologize. I'm back. Got a little kid up there who was coming down with some prep throat, so it was not a fun time to talk. Poor kid can barely sleep. I feel bad for him. So,
Yeah, strep throat. That's, man.
Never fun. Never fun. So,
Never
anyways,
fun.
like I said, as you see when we were turning it up there, that turn it up section was brought to you by Brian Powell or Powell Woodworking Products, and anything done wood-wise. Brian Powell is out of 94. He was your go-to guy. He actually ended up making our NORA trophies this year, so it'll be a nice, neat little championship trophies. We're getting ready to go back green as that 93 is back on the wild pedal again.
Glad he was the sponsor of the segment, because the segment ended with him spinning around, which I'm sure he's not happy with.
No, he's probably not too thrilled though. But
Yeah, probably not too thrilled.
he's having a rough go for the Cup Series, NORA Cup Series here in the last couple of races. He's trying to put it together, but it looks like he's just in the wrong spot, wrong time, as the 42 gets a little bit loose right there. Track is slick.